Gosh.
Doobie. What if
What?
What if nobody shows up?
I mean,
That would be hysterical.
it happens.
It does. You're right.
Definitely happens. Well, there's one person.
I bet you it's Gigi. Hi, Gaye. Good morning.
Gaye Glasspie.
Actually, good afternoon. It's like 1 something.
How do we sound? Do we sound good?
Microphone check.
1 2 1 2.
Microphone check.
1 2 1 2. All right, we're
mm.
sounding good. All right, so there's 5 folks in here. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good morning. Good evening. No.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
Listen,
good evening.
It's been a rough weekend.
Good
morning. Good afternoon and good evening, depending on where you are in the world.
Absolutely. If I could find YouTube on here, that'll help. Okay.
It would help.
Hey.
Hello.
And of course, I have to update the doggone thing.
So we're calling this episode 0. We're working out the kinks and
I don't even know what account this iPad is under.
That's my iPad?
No, this is my iPad.
Oh. We're working out the kinks. Thank you. Working out the kinks and giving it a test run, because at this point it's like, if we wait until everything is perfect, we still need this, we still need that, we still need this, maybe we should do it at the studio, let's just do it, and we will work out the kinks as we go.
Do it.
And
do it.
Do it.
So you're satisfied.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it as satisfied.
We'll work out the kinks as we go, and we'll grow, and we will learn things and fix things. So yeah.
Oh. No, I didn't want to do that. Didn't want to do that at all.
Perfect. Hello, Roz. How are you? Bristol, UK. Happy Monday. I know Mondays we usually go live on Instagram, but I thought it would be cool for us to just go ahead and stream on YouTube, and just see what happens.
Oh, I have to subscribe. Oh, I am subscribed.
For what it's worth. Look, Jimmy gave me a microphone. Jimmy gave me a microphone.
Let's see if they can see.
Do y'all?
Oh, we can't see me, huh?
Do y'all remember Coming to America? Do you remember when they were like in the club dating, trying to find him a queen? What'd she say? My name is Peaches, and I'm the best. All the DJs want to feel my breasts. Hiccup, hiccup, hiccup. He should not have given me a microphone. I don't even know why I keep leaning in like this. I feel like I should be busting a rhyme or something like that. I don't know why
you're leaning in either.
Because that's what the rappers do.
I mean, you could just sit back and you could tilt.
I need some more snare in my headphones.
Tilt the microphone towards you.
I need some more snare in my headphones.
You won't have headphones.
Oh.
Do you want me to extend it a little bit? Can y'all hear me? Do I hear?
That's a good question. So how do we sound?
I can adjust the volume because I have a nice mixing board right here in front of us, and if I need to increase the volume, you sound perfect.
Perfect.
You're not just saying that because you like us, or
this is my Monday coffee mug, because Mondays are hard.
Good volume, good. All right. So let's go here with it. Bam.
So introduce yourself. Who are you?
So allow me to introduce myself.
My name is Hove, H to the O-V. I used to move snowflakes by the O's.
So, my name is Jimmy Colvin, also known as I Am Jimmy the Model. Can't take you nowhere.
I cracked myself up. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna behave. I'm gonna behave. I'm sorry. This is so much fun, y'all. Okay, go ahead.
I don't have anything else to say.
Oh, you're not gonna finish introducing
No,
who you are?
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
Okay.
You should introduce yourself. You are the boss. So like, and the host. So it's you.
Okay.
That should introduce yourself.
Hello. My name is Adella Colvin. I am the owner, operator, head dyer, only dyer over at Lola Bean Yarn Co. We're coming to you live from Evans, Georgia. This is my knitting nook, right? We may eventually wind up moving. Well, I'm pretty sure we're going to be moving somewhere bigger, a little more spacious, better lighting, and we can have fun with backdrops and all that kind of stuff. But we just wanted to go for it this morning. So this is where I hang out when it's clean.
This is where the magic happens.
This is where the magic happens. This is
And
where
by magic, I mean sleep.
Well, yeah, because our bed is right over there. This is where I start all of those beautiful projects and never finish. This is where all of that happens. You got some shawls that I finished hanging up there, some dolls, some yarn on this side, yarn in cubbies, but this is my knitting, crocheting, crafting nook. So this is where we're going live from. And I am here today with my lovely co-host, Regis Philbin. Go ahead, Reach.
So I'm Regis.
Tell them about you. Yeah, I'm Kathy Lee. Okay. Go ahead. Tell them a little bit about yourself, Reach.
How's everybody doing? My name is Jimmy. I am the husband.
That's it? You're my husband?
I'm your husband.
First of all, this is not Light FM, right? He's talking like this is the quiet storm. Soft and warm.
So you saw how I changed modes up real quick, right?
I did. No, but seriously, tell them who you are.
Nah, seriously. Jimmy Colvin. I am the I can't even call myself a co-founder because I'm not a co-founder. I ain't found anything. But I am the head of logistics, Sue Speckler,
Bean Wrangler,
office manager extraordinaire, all that other good stuff. I just got promoted to office manager too, so that's great. Lola Bianco, happy to be here.
That's it. Happy to be here.
That's all I got.
That's all you got?
That's all I got for right now.
You're also the tech.
I am, yeah. Right? So everything that y'all seeing right now, as far as logistics for the stream, I set up this morning. Like literally
5 minutes ago.
Like literally just got through getting it all set up, the camera angles and all the other fun stuff. And like Adella said, like eventually we're gonna move into a much more spacious area and be able to, make it a little bit more professional. If y'all just heard the bump, I just tapped my thumb on the microphone. So I'm trying to get used to all other good
We're
stuff.
Used to having an iPhone in front of us, and that's it. And both of us having to
like
squeeze,
get all up in there. So this is like a lot of space, and it feels okay.
Feels okay.
I miss being very close to you in that tight shot on the iPhone.
I think this is perfect.
No, this is perfect.
Okay.
This is perfect.
Be any closer than this.
Why not?
This is my space. This is your space. Remember Dirty Dancing? Oh, spaghetti.
Why do you have to stand?
Just in case you get out of control.
Ain't this about a...
I'm kidding. I don't know why I have it. I'm
force of habit, I guess.
Yeah. But
But Jimmy the husband, Jimmy the model. Mm-hmm. I am Jimmy the model. I am _ Jimmy the model on Instagram for those that are not following me on Instagram.
I am Lola Bean Yarn Co. on Instagram, and Parliament Funkadelic. That is my private account. Don't even bother sending a request because I haven't dusted off the cobwebs on that thing in a very long time.
Also, smash the like button, subscribe button if you haven't subscribed.
What do the people say on Lola's YouTube videos?
Smash subscribe.
Smash subscribe button to see more cool videos. Whatever. Just subscribe, if you'd like to hang out with us and be notified when we go live, we'd greatly appreciate it.
Yeah.
Let's help with the algorithm. But we had a very eventful weekend and couple of days leading up to the weekend that we thought we would come on here and talk about.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to show some of the things that some of our purchases, some of the gifts. We were gifted some things.
Yes, we were.
You gonna start drinking?
No, I'm not gonna start
10 minutes
drinking.
in. Why the flask?
I'm bringing out the gifts. Jeez.
Why do people keep giving you flasks? Is there something I should know?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Like, you be drinking when I'm not around. Like, how do they know? Why are they giving you? Did one of them actually come with liquor in it?
This one did when we was at
Woolen Folk.
Yes.
What kind of liquor was in there?
It was peanut butter whiskey.
Peanut butter whiskey.
Yeah.
They're gifting Jimmy flasks with peanut butter whiskey.
It was good, but we'll get to that later.
Yes, we will. So
let's talk about the weekend. That's what we're really here for, right?
Let's talk about the weekend.
The weekend.
We're gonna get a little heavy in the beginning. We might even get a little heavy, pockets, throughout this. But I guess I'll start with initially, I wasn't sure if I was going to attend Woolen Folk or Rhinebeck or any of the festivities, because last year, the end of last year moving into this year was very eventful. It was very hard. It was very emotional. And every now and again, it was a wee bit dangerous, if I'm being, quite honest.
A wee bit. Yeah.
A wee bit. And I was a little, I don't want to say scared. I'm not going to say scared, right? Bone crusher. I ain't never scared. But I didn't know if I wanted to, or if I didn't know how big the potential for any type of negativity surrounding the end of last year moving into this year. I didn't know. Hey, cousin Sarah.
Cousin Sarah. Oh,
Carrie. Look at all my friends. Hey, y'all. I didn't know what the vibes were going to be. And I am very much in a pretty decent space. And I want to keep that momentum going this last quarter and moving into the new year. And I just didn't know what type of reception or if there was any type of negativity that I would be confronted with. I didn't know if I wanted to be bothered.
Right.
That is one reason why so many people throughout this weekend were asking for Lola. That is another reason why I didn't bring Lola. I could have very easily given, she could have had a day or two off from school, and we could have made this a learning trip, right? Mm-hmm. So much for her to learn and see the different crafts, the animals. But again, like I said, I didn't know what the reception would be. And I would hate for something negative or nasty or mean to happen with her around, because had that been the case, or had something like that happened, Jimmy would be sitting here by himself and I'd be calling into the podcast from prison.
You have a collect call.
You have a collect call from Georgia's female correctional, whatever. I just didn't want that. But as we started to get closer, and Jimmy said he was going to, go, if I decided to go, he would go with me. And my brother, Uncle Charles, many of you got to see Charles this weekend. Charles said he would go. And I knew that Gigi would be there and Shelby would be there. And so many people who have my back would be there. I said, you know what? Let's just rip the Band-Aid off and go. And fortunately, um, it was the best experience ever.
It was.
It was the best experience ever. And I said that, things here have been um, very, they've been okay. We've been feeling okay. We're moving in the right direction. We're like getting caught up on things. Um, but I was drained, right? If we're being completely honest, there's a lot of work. So many of you people know, so many of you have your own small businesses or have very busy lives, and you understand how like these times that we're living in and all of these horrible things that are happening, they drain you. You can wake up feeling kind of sad, depressed, empty with life. And this trip was Gigi going off. I wish somebody would.
Yeah. Oh, ow! I'm sorry.
You okay?
If that was a disturbance to anybody, I apologize. I
You're
banged
right.
right into the damn microphone.
It happens. We're working it out.
But
But
move this forward a little bit.
move it forward. Okay. But this trip was what I needed, because when you run your own business, right? And for the most part you work alone, because Jimmy has a 9 to 5, and he definitely jumps in and helps like on his time off where he can. It can get kind of lonely, and you can lose focus on
You get
what
lonely. You get lonely. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
you can kind of lose focus on what exactly it is you're doing or what you're working towards or working for. Um, running your own business by yourself where you don't necessarily see a lot of people and you don't have like those human interactions, it can turn into a monetary thing, like a very transactional type of business. And the relationships can become very transactional. And while I won't pretend like I don't run a business and there are monetary transactions, that's what keeps the business going. I was losing that human connection, I felt like. So to get back out there and see everybody and talk to everybody and give hugs, it definitely filled my cup, and it reminded me that um, this this is so much bigger than a transaction, right? A monetary transaction. This is so much bigger than yarn or fiber or craft. Um, this is a human experience, and I needed that, and I was reminded of that, and it definitely filled my cup. And I'm ready to get back in that dye studio and crank out. You not ready?
Cause I just realized how many pans I gotta wash.
Well, I'm good for at least a week.
Oh, I did wash a
You washed a
okay.
boatload of
I
pans
did.
before we left.
I did. It was just
Um,
the last of the
yeah,
leaf odor suppression
those pans, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's not too important. But yeah, so that's what I wanted to lead with, and I just wanted to thank everybody for such a gracious, warm, loving, funny, oh my god, so many laughs. Um, just a wonderful time.
It was.
And for everyone making me feel comfortable and showing Jimmy the love, and um we appreciate it.
Absolutely.
We love it. Um I think we all missed each other. Some of us came out last year, but a lot of us still didn't. I think we missed each other, and we all needed to see, what this was really, really about. So I want to start out with like thanking everyone for just such a positive, loving, kind um, experience.
My
So
friend Jessica.
what happened?
Remember when she accosted us in the parking
In
lot?
the parking lot, yeah. You know what, though? I loved it. Look, at first I was like, "Who is this?" Because this is the second time. That was the second time somebody got out their vehicle and started
Yeah.
running towards
Yeah,
me,
yeah, yeah.
and I was like, "Oh,
We was
what's
almost,
happening?"
we was almost, we was
And then
almost ready.
I saw who it was, and I was like, "That's my friend."
That big old smile.
Yes. So yeah, thank you for that. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. So
This is my first Rhinebeck.
before we get into that, do you want to start like traveling, like how that all went? Right? We went to sleep. What time did we sleep on Wednesday?
It had to have been after 1, 2.
Mm-hmm. Right? Probably
Hold
closer
on.
to 2. 1:30.
It was late. It was so the plan. Let's talk about the plan. The plan was to go to bed at 10
Mm-hmm.
or 11, somewhere around there. That way we could get a decent amount of hours of sleep because our flight was leaving at 5:30, so we needed to be at the airport before 4:30. So we said, okay, let's go ahead and wake up about 3:30 and make this happen. We didn't get to bed till almost 2 o'clock because there was a lot of last minute things, and the day itself was jacked up, right? Because I had to go to Charlotte to pick mommy up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that threw things completely off.
That's 5 hours.
Yep. And
But we'd do it all over again because my mama ain't gonna be sitting in no
no,
airport because of no mechanical
right.
issues.
Yeah. So we basically took a cat nap
Mm-hmm.
before getting on the road. And then yeah,
Right.
that
So
was fun.
we got to the airport on time. We made our flight. We flew into LaGuardia. Talk about the change. Listen, I remember going to LaGuardia and traveling as a kid, up until right before this trip. And LaGuardia felt like the sanitation department. I don't know. It was just,
Back in the day, right?
yeah, it was like
Yeah.
Gotham City. It's like it would be this beautiful, bright, sunny day in New York. And as soon as you crossed over to where LaGuardia was, everything turned gray. Everything turned gray. But they've made some really, really, really uh great like changes and upgrades and updates and
Hmm.
stuff like that. So but we made it. We got on our flight. We flew into LaGuardia. We had a couple of things we went to White Castle.
Yeah, absolutely. Went to White Castle. That's always the first stop. Like that's a requirement for whenever we get back home. And we're going to the city. Like if we get into the city, especially when we're going to see her mom, it's like very first stop, White Castle. I don't care what time of day it is. Because White Castle 24 hours.
2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. If we got in at 4 in the morning,
White
Jimmy
Castle.
goes to White Castle. But
If we was flying in, if we had got in Saturday night, Sunday morning, it wasn't gonna happen though.
yeah, because when we were leaving, the White Castle was closed because somebody shot it up.
Yeah. We'll get into that one later though.
Yeah. But we went to my mom's house, even though she was here with Lola and my aunt Victoria came.
Mhm.
We
A lot
went.
of firsts this weekend.
Oh yeah, we went to the house so we could check up on my stepdad, check up on Saul. He was hanging out watching uh, Western movies that should be canceled, if you ask me.
That's a whole
That's a
other
whole that's a whole
conversation.
nother episode.
Yeah,
But
that
anyway,
is.
watching his Western movies and made sure he was okay, waited for Uncle Charles to come home and took a nap.
Mhm.
We needed a little nap. So while we
We
waited
did
for
that.
Charles to get home from work, we napped, got up. Uncle Charles was there ready to 2 hours.
2.5
Yeah,
hours.
2.5 hour nap. Picked up Uncle Charles, got in the car, ran a couple errands, and we drove up to Clinton Corners.
Clean corners.
Clinton Corners. We had a really cute Airbnb. We have to leave a review.
Oh, you definitely have to
Don't let
read
me
the review.
forget.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, well managed. It was almost brand new. The bathroom, y'all, had heated floors. You could heat the floors.
And that's one of those things, especially for her. Like she doesn't like her feet being cold at all. So like having a nice heated floor was like life for her.
Whew, it was wonderful. But we got up there and unpacked, washed the day off, right? Took showers, uh, went to sleep, woke up.
We actually got to sleep at a decent hour.
Yeah, it was like 11 something maybe.
We got this 11:30ish.
And we woke up what, 8, 9?
No.
Because Woolen Folk we didn't need to be there till 11 because it
We
didn't
woke
start
up.
until 12.
It was closer to 8. It was 7:30ish. Cause I know when I looked at the my CPAP, it said that I had gotten close to 7 hours of sleep.
There you go.
Woke up around, it was around 7-ish, 8-ish.
And got up and got ready to start the day. And
that's what we had to set to, Daniel. It was set to like 73. The floor. She was talking about the heater floor. It's like 73, 75 is the sweet spot.
It was wonderful.
It was everything.
Might
have to invest in that.
I want heated floors, heated doorknobs, ceiling. I want everything ceiling heated, just heat. But
why do we need a heated
we
ceiling?
forgot to tell my brother to get his vaccination card.
That's a whole other. No, that's part of this conversation. Damn that.
And I was like, oh snap.
Cause so this is how it turned out though, right? Because right before we went to sleep, I was getting everything situated, right? And I pulled out my vaccine card. Now I was like, hey Chuck, you got your vaccination card? He's like, nah. But then, New York, y'all have the Excelsior card, the digital wallet thing. And he went to that and it was expired. So we was like, oh snap. We almost had a snafu because, as we reading, it was like, yeah, so Woolen Folk, mask required, proof of vaccination is required, all this other, safety stuff, which is cool, right? No, nothing wrong with that. So we had to game plan it, right? And initially we were saying, well, see if you could call the Walgreens that you got your shots from, and they can give you the information and do all that. He wound up being on a whole 45 minutes trying to get through, never got through. So I was like, oh man,
let's go to Walgreens.
And when we went to Walgreens, it was like, yeah, so it'll take about a day for us to look into the system to get you, the information that you need so you can get things updated. It's like, that's not going to work.
So I did like this. I picked up my phone. Felicia, what do I do? Yeah. And I felt bad because, she's probably doing a million and one things. Yeah. Woolen Folk is in a couple of hours. And she was like, take a test. Get a test while you're there in the pharmacy. Take the test. Have your results. And you'll be fine. Yeah. So we bought the test, took the test. And he was negative. And we traveled and wound up at Woolen Folk.
We was a half hour later than we wanted to be there because initially we wanted to be there at 11 o'clock. We wound up being there at 11:30.
And I said, I'm humble. I don't let things, get to my head or go to my head or whatever the case may be. Right? We all put our drawers on, one leg at a time or whatever the case. But I saw that line and I saw those people parking and I said, oh, this is madness. Then I remember, wait a minute, you're a sponsor. You are Adella of Lola Bean Yarn Co.
VIP.
You're with GGMadeIt. Girl, you go ahead on over there and you say hi and go on into that venue. That was the only time, like I've ever been like, whew, all right, let me cash in my LBYC card. But We got in. First of all, the venue, amazing. Amazing.
It was nice.
Um,
Well put together.
just the setup was nice. The view. Um,
I did talk to Felicia because it's like, yo, how did they say, you know what, this is the spot that we gonna have? Because whoever thought that, yeah, this is the spot, that's the spot.
Felicia and Catherine of Brooklyn General.
That's what's up.
Are behind.
They picked an awesome freaking venue.
But the venue was beautiful, and I initially, we were there early. I wanted to walk in and see if anybody needed help.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remembered the Lamb and Kid was there. Y'all just gonna have to help yourselves.
That's what she told us as soon as we went in. She was like, I don't care what's happening, I am going to see Sarah and the folks at the Lamb and Kid.
Hi, Paola. We're gonna be talking about Mayak.
Hey.
But yeah, I was like, I'll walk around, see if anybody needs any help. And then I was like, nope, sorry, figure it out. You're all grown-ups. I have shopping to do. So we went to the Lamb and Kid.
We went to the Lamb and Kid.
Didn't ask if they were busy.
Hey, Gary, what's going on?
Didn't ask if they were still setting up.
It just so happened when we got there, though.
When we busted in,
they were live. So we hijacked their live.
Yes, it was me and Gigi and Jimmy, all of us. We busted in there, and I'm like, hey. And she was like, oh, we're live. And we said hi to the people or whatever. It was really, they were super, super sweet and gracious. And thankfully, we didn't ruin anything. Yeah. Thankfully. But you gotta, because I think all of that stuff is in that luggage.
That's because, yeah, just about 90% of what's in this bag is.
And no worries. I mean, if you have your pen and paper and you want to write anything down, by all means. But when we're done,
I'm gonna do the show notes.
Yeah, Jimmy's gonna do show notes so that everyone knows what's what. And right here, you can actually hold one up. Well, this one's folded nice. But you can see these from a mile away.
You sure can.
The Lamb and Kid Woolen Folk 2022. They had these GG orange. GG. It's strobing on the video.
It's strobing? All right, let me pull it all the way back then.
It's probably because it's fluorescent orange.
This is fluorescent orange.
I mean, it's like super, super bright. And first episode, we're working out the kinks. Yeah. So we'll try to figure out what that. Oh, because it's so bright. Definitely.
Yeah. So I'll bring it all the way back here. You can't miss this back here. Like, there's no way.
It's intense. And intensity is my middle name. So we absolutely got our Lamb and Kid sweaters. One for me, one for Jimmy. Gigi got hers. And then
definitely gotta talk about that.
We gotta talk about all kinds of stuff. I think it's all on the other side.
No, it literally all.
Look, we couldn't. There's not enough room on the table for me to put everything on that I bought.
So let me show people the size. So this is the size of the
first luggage.
And 95% of what's in this came from the Lamb and Kid.
Now, I know I said that this was all about the people and getting out there, and we had to get another luggage. Don't worry. I did not let you down, I promise. But
Oh, that was fun seeing those folks.
But I said I was just going for the people, right? I wanted to fill my cup up with all of the love and the hellos and the, just seeing how everybody was doing. It wasn't about buying any yarn. I had no intentions on, buying yarn. Maybe I'd get, a couple of things.
Yeah, this is a couple of things. Yeah. There you go. All right, so
Shit happens. That's all I can say about that.
hold on, wait, I'm not done. So that was all, and I couldn't stop her. So all of that training that I did, didn't come in handy until later on in the day. But that first stop, I couldn't stop her at all because she beelined directly to the lamb kit.
And I got in my defense, so because some of this is for Christmas gifts that have to be put together. I don't even like the vibrations that I'm feeling from you.
Are you lying?
No, I'm not lying. I'm 100% serious.
Okay.
Because so that's all Pebble Dash cashmere. All right, so that goes there. One second. That's my Percy. Okay, so I'm going to be making, and now I have to go back through my notes, but I have an aunt, my aunt who was kind enough to come down here and hang out with my mom and Lola while we were there, and she loves purples. So I bought some gray and purple yarn to make her a shawl, a thank you shawl, which I will do because I am on a shawl kick as of late. I am on like a hardcore shawl kick. So this is Serendipity, which is 100% cashmere, and Percy, which is sport weight cashmere. So we got finger and sport weight cashmere for my aunt's shawl, and we're gonna put all of the, all of this information in the notes. But that was one shawl, and then you got it. Put it back in there.
Mm-hmm.
Put that there, and then I got my mom's. She's a blue, light blues, royal blues. Those are her colors.
Is the volume still good as we move back and forth? Just want to make sure that everything is picking up because I could see the volume on the mixer board. So
yeah, we're working out the kinks. Yeah. Okay, perfect. And then I got a shawl for my mom. So I'm going to make each of them the same shawl, 100% cashmere, just as a thank you for coming in and hanging out with Lola and the boys and making sure, things went smoothly. And
round of applause for that. I don't know if they can hear a round of applause.
Is there really a round of applause button?
Yeah, there's an applause button right here.
Can we add sounds?
Yeah, did it come through?
Did y'all hear a round of applause?
Because I'm gonna get crazy.
They heard that.
I'm gonna get wild with this.
Holy shit! We can add.
Yes, we can add.
So I can add like Samuel L. Jackson.
You can add whatever you want. Which is why we actually need headphones so we can hear all of the things. Yeah, no, it's listen, it's going down.
Oh, I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
It's going down.
That's the first thing that is going into that soundboard. Do you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is brilliant. So yes, blue for my mom, purple for my aunt to thank them. They took care of all of our babies and cooked and made sure that everybody made it to school on time
Mhm.
and everybody was fed and all of the running around that you have to do when it comes to kids. They handled all of that. Um, I'm not surprised, right? They raised me. They raised sad trombone. Do we have sad trombone? Wah, wah, wah.
Not on this one, but
Oh,
I'll get it
trust
added.
me.
It's
The
coming.
next episode, it's gonna get wild
Yeah.
with the sounds. I
Well,
promise.
the whole setup is going to be a little bit different because after yeah.
And then
We'll get into it.
Sarah was kind enough, the shawl that's on my chair. I don't know if y'all remember my upstate of mind shawl that I made a while back. I wore this around Saturday, but this is the first one that I made. And then the second one is hanging up over there. Can you reach that? Yeah, they can see that. That's the second one. And I asked Sarah to help me pick out yarn for.
You want to put back on the tree?
Yeah, that's fine. Yarn for a third one because I wanted something with some more kind of pops of greens. And
New best friend.
we had hi Jess. Um we picked out these skeins of Pebble Dash, which is their 100% cashmere for another upstate of mind shawl for me. So now I'll have 3. No regrets. I love the pattern. I love the yarn. I love the company. I love cashmere.
She loves cashmere.
I love
She
cashmere.
loves working with it. She loves wearing it.
I love, 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 love cashmere. So this is going to be the palette for my next upstate of mind shawl. Boop, boop, boop.
So big shout out to Sarah
And Bob
and Bob,
and the whole crew.
Lamb and Kid. Big shout out to them. Give them a round of applause real quick.
Love that.
It's great.
Oh, I can't wait. Look, y'all better not make me mad because if you make me mad and I have to talk about you on any of these episodes, you're getting the sad trombone. I promise. So don't do it. But yeah, we hung out and did some shopping there. Jimmy ran all the stuff that we bought to the trunk, to the car. And
So Gary here does have a good question.
what's the question?
Yeah, he asked when is LBYC getting a cashmere base?
A 100% cashmere base? I have to sell the regular yarn that I have first. So I can afford to buy. I mean, I have an MCM. My turtle bean base is merino cashmere nylon, and my 3-bean salad base, which is my bespoke base, is also a merino cashmere nylon. And then there's Dream Bean, which is available exclusively through me and Knit Stars, is merino cashmere silk. But I don't have a 100% cashmere base yet. But it'll happen. I promise you, it will happen one day. So yeah, we went to the Lamb and Kid and did some shopping. And then we started walking around, saying hello to people, checking out the food vendors. Shout out to Lola Bean Yarn Co. being one of the bar sponsors. It was Lola Bean Yarn Co. and Knit Stars, the bar sponsors. If you want people to see your logo,
put it at the
put
bar.
that shit at the bar.
Put it at the bar.
Let me tell you,
the bar was packed at all times,
and not just for like alcohol.
Oh yeah,
but like people were wanting like soda or some water. They had sparkling water. Like just for the beverages. Sponsor the bar. Sponsor the bar. But you can't sponsor the bar at Woolen Folk because I'm going to email Felicia.
That's it.
I'm the forever sponsor.
Forever.
Forever.
We might have to go up a little bit too because make sure there's additional supplies
I
there.
had a fantastic gin and tonic, those tiny cans. Listen,
That's what's up.
the bar was lit, and that's where you want. Look, it's all about product
Product
and logo
placement.
placement,
Yep, that's it.
right? And that was the place to be. So yeah, we walked around, and I said, okay, I got my sweater from the Lamb and Kid. I got the cashmere from my mom's shawls and my aunt's shawl and my shawl. No more shopping. I'm done.
Lies.
I don't even like the way you said lies. I don't even like the way you said that.
Lies. I could have sworn it was.
Let me see. Who's that?
This is.
I got that and the 3 spin cycles.
Okay. Because
Rochelle.
Oh, that wasn't the next spot we went to, but go ahead.
Nope. We don't even have to go in order because I don't even remember. I was on such a buying frenzy that I couldn't even tell you what order I went in.
Oh, here we go.
But
the reason why I did that because I saw those.
Okay, yeah. We went to we saw Rochelle of Moondrake.
I love her.
Oh my gosh. She is, I'm talking about as sweet as pie.
What is this?
You're throwing me off. I know exactly what that is. Yep.
Okay.
She is sweet as pie. And shout out to Uncle Charles. Shout out to Uncle Charles who held bags, told me, like, he saw me walking with bags, give me your bags, and just kind of stood back and watched me shop and work. And I don't want to say work because it didn't feel like work, but say hello and greet and meet new friends and old friends, and who did say it was like really cool. He was like, it's really cool to see you in action. He was like the best big brother, the best show companion there is, but he got a little bit of attention.
A little bit.
A little bit. Shout out to our gene pool. Because damn it, if we're not a group of good-looking people.
Right.
But he got a little bit of attention, but Rochelle cracked me up. She was there with her wonderful, wonderful husband. And Charles was standing there, and she looked at him and she was like, oh, if I wasn't married. She was, and I mean, respectful. Like, she was respectful. She was tasteful. It was just the sweetest thing. She thought he was just, so, handsome and kind. But we went to Moondrake, and Moondrake has an exclusive colorway with Spin Cycle called Moonbeams. And it is beautiful. And y'all know how I feel about Spin Cycle. I've collaborated with them in the past. I'll probably collaborate with them in the future. They have consistently, from the very beginning of our relationship, looked out for me, my interests, supported the various causes that I have promoted, fundraised for on a personal level. They have always checked in with me to make sure I was doing okay, and my family was doing okay if we were going through anything. So while we do have a wonderful working relationship, I can call the Spin Cycle crew my friends. So anything Spin Cycle, I'm here for it. Anything Moondrake, I'm here for it. So Moondrake and Spin Cycle, I am here for it.
Right.
So
I'm just doing promotion real quick. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. So I got 3 skeins of the Moondrake exclusive Moonbeams. And if you know anything about Spin Cycle, their yarns, every skein is different. Every skein works together, but every skein is different. And I got 3 skeins that I thought would work beautiful together, but were still very different. So the bottom one has more of a yellow. The middle skein has more green, and the top skein has more blue in it. And I thought those were fantastic together. So I got these 3 skeins, and it's called Moonbeams. And I got this is Fuwa Fuwa Fingering, brushed cashmere, 70% brushed cashmere and 30% superwash merino. And I am going to mix these in a project, probably a shawl of some sort, because you know how I feel about shawls. But I thought this pretty gray kind of worked. Well, gray works with everything.
It does.
But worked really, really well with these 3 skeins. So that's what I got from our friends over at Moondrake, and she gave me a little bag of goodies to give to Lola, candies and yummy treats. And I brought those back to look. Latoya said, I have arrived.
Oh,
Welcome. Thank you for arriving. But yeah. So I got that from Moondrake. I got great hugs. Look for a Moondrake Lola Bean Yarn Co. Collaboration. We were actually supposed to work on something towards the end of last year, and all hell broke loose, so we had to put it off. But we will be coming back together and working on something, and I look forward to doing that. Okay? So then we have, where did I go next? Let's talk about
yeah. Well, yeah.
Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
Woolens and Nosh. Self-striping.
And that's where I saw Catherine. Big shout out to Catherine.
That's where you saw Catherine?
Yep. Oh, okay. Well,
and I got 2 skeins. She had this set here. Percolated is the name of it. And when I saw these 2 skeins, I had like a flashback of my childhood. I don't know if we all had like that sort of cream and sepia color sofa with the wooden arms. Everything in my childhood, when I look back, was beige or brown. Pictures, backdrops. But this colorway instantly, it was like so vintage to me. It screamed vintage, right? So you have longer arms. You should be doing this. I'll take these so you can do that. Perfectamundo. And I wanted a colorway that would pair nicely with that percolated colorway in a project. Just like that. Yep. And I found a colorway called Mexican Hot Chocolate. I just realized, no, like this. Let me show you how, just like that. You can use your other hand. There you go. You can hold them close. And I'm cracking up. So the Mexican Hot Chocolate is showing a little brighter right now. But it's actually a little darker, like a darker red, brown leaning red. But I thought that those 2 colors were perfect. And I'm cracking up that one is Mexican hot chocolate and the other one is percolated.
Yeah.
Because hello, coffee, hot drinks, percolators. So I got these from Woolens and Nosh.
Woolens and Nosh.
Again, another company that I love, I adore, have always been super kind, super sweet, super respectful, and does phenomenal work. This is art. Self-striping. Raise your hand if you're ever going to do self-striping yarn.
You mean do like knit it up?
Raise your hand if you work for Lola Bean Yarn
Oh.
Co. and you are ever going to dye self-striping yarn. Raise your hand.
Ain't nobody out there work for them. I know I ain't doing it.
Nope. Dyeing yarn is intense. Dyeing self-striping yarn is a totally different type of intense.
Well, let me ask this question. Would you ever try it?
No. Never.
Never?
Ever. Never.
How
Never.
How involved is it?
Very involved. So involved that I'm not even going to go into the process on how it's done.
You had to get all the way into the microphone.
Yes.
Never.
Never gonna dye it. Never gonna dye it. Never gonna dye it. Never gonna dye it. You know that song?
Yeah, you just made it up too.
So shout out to them for doing that, for putting in all of that hard work and bringing us beautiful self-striping yarn. Woolens and Nosh. And again, all of this stuff is going to go into the show notes.
I'm going to edit everything.
Yes, Jimmy's going to edit, so y'all don't have to worry. What was that? I missed it. You'll be able to come back to this later and look down at the bottom, and all of that information will be there. I got to hug and see my friend Paola from Mayak. Y'all know, if you've been following Lola Bean Yarn Co., y'all know how I feel about Mayak. Y'all know how I feel about the yarn, the Cora Club subscription. I used to unbox those and talk about those all of the time, and the company itself, what they stand for, the Tibetan communities that they help and support, and they're just really, really, really good people over there.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to Mayak and remember, we love you.
It was wonderful to meet you,
to see you and hug you.
On you. Yeah. Absolutely.
And y'all saw in the video, I trained Jimmy with the credit card. I'm like, come on, Jimmy, get the credit card ready. And we went to see Paola, and she would not let me buy my yarn. She gifted me these beautiful skeins, and these are newer colors. These are newer colors. Did the tag come off of this one?
That's why I can't find the tag.
You couldn't find the tag? Okay. Well, again, we'll put it in the show notes. But this is 100% baby yak. Look at this green. Here, hold that up. That's ochre. Ochre. That is ochre.
Hey, Mel.
And Mel's there. Hey, Mel. That is ochre. This is, wait till you see these three together. That's Tibetan Sky. And I lost the tag on this one, so I'm going to have to look it up so I can get you the name. But look at these three. Hold those up.
Paola's in there.
For like a hat.
She's still in there. You can ask her what it is.
With color work. Right?
Oatmeal is the name.
Oatmeal. Okay. So we have oatmeal, Tibetan Sky, and ochre. And there are other colors. You all have to check out like these new colors. They are beautiful. And anybody who knows me, I mean, for God's sakes, I'm sitting in an olive green room with, dark orange curtains, that the neutral colors are my vibes. And this whole palette is just beautiful and neutral, just the right amount of color. And I love it. And Paola would not let me pay for these. So thank you for this lovely, lovely gift. I'm probably going to have we're going to go on the website and buy one more of each.
Okay.
Because I'm going to need matching mitts.
Okay.
for either a hat or a cowl. Well, maybe I'd have to go back and get 2 more of each so I could have matching mitts, a hat, and a cowl.
So you're just gonna make up for all of the.
Maybe I should go back and get like 6 more so I could have like a sweater. You see how fast that happens? Look, your money is not good at Mayak. I love you, but Viola, I'm sneaky. I'll go to the website under somebody else's name. Like I'll put like James, Corbin or something. I don't know. Um, and try to get past you so I can support because I love everything that y'all do. I love your product.
Absolutely.
The different people that you collaborate with and the designs, the different knitwear and crochet design. I love it all. And Mayak and Lola Bean are going to be working together too.
Yeah.
So ochre, Tibetan sky, and oatmeal. I love. Look at how good they just look in the room. I might need a blanket to go with my sweater and my hat and my gloves and because if you look at the olive green behind me. No, focus. You're not looking. Look. Look at the olive green, right? And or the ochre, the olive green on the wall, the ochre, it makes sense in this room. So maybe a nice throw
Adella.
for my round of applause for my act, please. You don't see my vision. I see the thank you, Mel. Mel agrees. Mel agrees.
That's because you're supposed to be on a diet.
We don't use that terminology anymore. I'm supposed to be restraining myself.
Yes.
From
So you're supposed to be restraining, and you don't sound very restrained that right now. That's all I'm saying. We have a commercial space and all that stuff.
When we started this episode, you said to me, "Oh, why don't you introduce because you're the founder, you created this, right?" That's what you said to me?
I did.
Okay, so don't tell me what I'm supposed to be doing. No, what you're supposed to be doing is following my lead. I'm Sonic. You are Tails.
But as your partner, I'm supposed to help you stay focused and stay on track.
Can somebody give me a thumbs up emoji when he stops talking? I'd greatly appreciate it because I can't hear nothing he's saying. Are you done, sir? Nod your head if you're done. Are you done? You're done? Okay. So, I love you, Paola. I love you, Mayak. You'll see me soon. All right. So I went to Magpie's booth. I didn't shop, which is rare.
Very rare. You restrained. You exercise, or you showed perfect restraint.
Because I'm gonna tell you why.
Why?
I have 5 bins.
This is true.
5 bins. Not cubbies. Bins of Magpie fiber.
The deep ones too.
Bins.
The deep bins.
One bin alone is Adella is the greatest on different bases.
Yeah. This is true.
Right? And their booth, every time I went over in that area, was packed. Did you give Magpie a round of applause?
Let's give Magpie a round of applause.
You're like my favorite. But I was able to quickly give hugs, and I don't know if people saw it, but I had a secret meeting with Allie of Explorer Knits and another individual over there in that area.
They're not ready for that.
You're not ready for that announcement yet, though. It's too much. It looked real shady and shifty. Jimmy actually took pictures. When we make the announcement, we'll show it to you because it looked like a drug deal was happening. It was wild. But anyway, while I was over there, I was chatting with Damie, owner, operator of Magpie Fibers, and she handed me
She did hand. I saw it. I saw when it happened.
She handed me this skein of yarn. And
yeah, I definitely got to get better lighting.
Yeah, we'll work on that. She handed me this skein of yarn, and I'm like, "What in the ham sandwich is this?" And she turns the label around, and I gasped because this is a new base. This is Magpie Quartet Worsted.
Quartet worsted. What does that even mean?
100% super fine, superwash merino wool. Worsted weight 210 yards, 100 grams. They have a brand new superwash worsted weight base coming, quartet worsted, and she gave me, this is spicy beaver. We need a thing. That's what she said. We need one of those. But this is spicy beaver, and this is a new base that's going to be available through Magpie Fiber. So shout out to Damie and the whole creative team, Kayla and Sam and just Kiki, just everyone.
Let me see how this sounds. I don't know how this.
What is that? What's that loud? You gotta warn people.
My bad.
That might. You're gonna scare everybody off the first episode.
I'm sorry.
Grand opening.
Grand closing.
Grand closing.
I won't do the air horn again.
Sorry, he won't do that again, y'all.
Mel here for it.
Look. Yes, do it again. So Magpie Fibers Quartet Worsted. Look for this coming in the very near future. Here. You can put that there. I need that little set, that little duo, because we'll get to that. And these I need. Okay. So shout out. Let me take all of this stuff out. I have yarn We're gonna talk.
Oh Jesus!
We're gonna talk about this.
That was Rhinebeck. That was Saturday.
Yep, and we're gonna talk about it. We're going to talk about it. So after me and Allie had our little secret meeting with a friend of ours, we started walking in a certain direction, and there was like a yarn truck. Right? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
There was a yarn truck, and I saw these beautiful, beautiful baskets sitting outside of this truck. And I was like, oh, I want a basket. And every basket is hand woven in village co-ops in Ghana, West Africa. AfricanMarketBaskets.com. Each basket is a one-of-a-kind treasure promoting culture and sustainable living. And I got the most beautiful basket, right? And I'm like, Jimmy, I need that basket. And he went and got that basket, and he showed me the basket. And then I was thinking,
she needs some yarn to put in the basket.
You don't just walk away with an empty basket. Who does that? Who does that? Let's go inside this yarn mobile, right? And check it out. Let's see what they got going on in there.
And I didn't even realize that they knew who I was when I walked in there.
I'm so proud of you. You were so good. And just
because they was like, oh my God, Jimmy the model's in here. I was like, wow.
That was funny to see. That was so funny to see. Like when somebody would see him or he'd walk past and they'd do like a double take, or we'd be walking somewhere and they were like, oh my God, Jimmy the model. But who I'm not going to shout out is the one person who was like, oh my God, Jimmy the model. Hi, Adella. Oh my God, you're here.
That was in Rhinebeck. That was very interesting.
I made sure to pretend to be nice. I was like, "Oh my god. Hi, how are you? What's your name again?" If I ever see that name on an order, instant refund.
Because it was like, it was funny, right? Because they was like, "How does it feel to be more famous than your wife?" I was like, "Whoa, we're
Listen,
not doing that. Don't get me beat up." That's exactly what I told her. I was like, "Don't get me beat up out here."
look, I was looking around and, talking to other people, and I heard that, and
Mm-mm.
they were taller than me, but I was looking at them like they were short.
Yeah, no, that's impossible.
What do you? I
Literally,
made Jimmy the model.
literally,
There would be no Jimmy the model
without Adella,
without Lola Bean Yarn
Long
Co.
Bianco, exactly.
Okay, so I know the name. You're gonna have to order. If you ever order from Lola Bean Yarn Co., you better do it in secret. You better do it in secret, because if I catch it, instant refund, no yarn for you. But anyway, we went into the yarn truck. You gave me, yeah, it's right here. And this is a new yarn to me. I'd never purchased this from this particular company before, but I am so glad that I found them and I was able to purchase. So these were the first two skeins. And the name of this company is Frogit Yarns. Frog, Frogit Yarns, hand dyed in Pennsylvania. Beautiful, beautiful yarns. I mean, striking. There were so many different colors that caught my eye, but the first color to catch my eye was this one.
And I wonder why.
I don't like the way you said that. You said that like you know me.
Well, the people know you. The people will probably be able to tell you exactly why. There you go.
It's the green, right? And this colorway is called Love Shack. Do you know that song? Who sings it?
I don't know.
It's the B-52s.
Okay. Thank you.
What is the Love Shack?
I got a Love Shack.
Don't try to deflect. What is the Love Shack?
I don't know.
It's a little place where we could get together.
Oh.
Love Shack, baby. All right. But I got two skeins of Love Shack. And as I was walking, and this is very important, not to like get off track or get off subject, but how you put your yarn on your grid wall or your setup or whatever the case is very, very important. Because now these colors are beautiful on their own. And if I saw just like one of these colors, I would have grabbed it. But because I saw four of these colors next to each other, I grabbed all four because that is a fade. Product placement is so important. Yes, Paola, I will send him right to you. I'm gonna send you to Viola and Mayak for their YouTube.
Okay.
In exchange for a sweater's quantity of yarn.
Damn.
That's it.
Interesting.
Isn't that now? All of these colors were lined up together, and you'd be surprised as a someone who is marketing their product or selling their product.
Exactly, Daniel.
How easily product placement, you know, you can put colors, because I think a lot of times, not necessarily for me, but for lots of folks, putting colors together is really hard. It's hard.
It's a challenge.
It's a challenge, right? Trying to like envision. But when you do it for people, it's easier to sell, 4 skeins that way. And they got me. And this colorway is, you want to hold that closer because it's getting blown out.
Yeah.
But that's Fallen Leaves. right?
There we go. That's the sweet spot.
There you go. Tin roof rusted. Tin roof rusted. And sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
And then last but not least, this was their Rhinebeck colorway. That is brilliant. Look at that.
Yeah, that is nice.
Beautiful. So, Frogget Yarns, who made me feel like a rock star when I walked on. Oh my God, I can't believe Adella's on my truck.
Yeah.
It was an absolute pleasure to be there. Brilliant, beautiful, beautiful colors. Yes, Mel, we're gonna not only are we gonna save this, but we're gonna have notes.
Yes.
About everything that we showed and talked about, so that people can come back and go to the various places that they were interested in. Hi, Sonny.
Oh man, we're just getting through all of the stuff.
This is just Woolen Folk.
We need to get to the people part of Woolen Folk as well.
Yeah, we're gonna get there. I promise you.
Is that all Woolen Folk?
No, over there.
Oh yeah, that's
over there.
That's the rest. That's the last.
Nope. There's one other thing that we have to talk about. Madeline Tosh. Shout out to Madeline Tosh. Shout out to GGMadeIt.
Gaye Glasspie.
Madeline Tosh, Laura, Libby.
I wonder how that Gaye Glasspie came through on the mic.
You guys do it sexy. Say Gaye Glasspie.
Gaye Glasspie.
GG. Hey boo.
Hey boo.
I know she's like, y'all stupid. Shut up. Madeline Tosh Vintage.
I know. We'll see you later.
If you're a longtime follower, you know how I feel about Madeline Tosh Vintage. Their worsted weight base is my favorite.
It is.
She
has a lot of it.
Who asked you for the extra company meeting after this?
Okay.
Brace for Impact was their Rhinebeck Woolen Folk colorway. Brace for Impact. It is beautiful and fall and neutral and little pops, and I love it. I love it. I love it. And I wanted to buy 2 skeins, and Libby was like, your money's no good here.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it, and I appreciate it, because I do that to people, right, who are really good to me and stuff like that. But I'm like, I want to support. I'm here to support my friends. So she gave me these 2, and I was like, okay, thank you for giving me these 2. But now that I think about it, I need 4. This is me lying. I don't need any yarn, right? But this is me lying so that I can at least support, right? I actually, now that I think about it, I don't need 2. I need 4. And she's like, well, here, take 2 more.
And by the way, I had the card ready. In fact, I don't think people know. So this is
how ready he was.
So I had the card ready.
See that? Pops right out. Jimmy, card. Pops right out. Right? Oh God. Okay. So, the wonderful, I'm gonna be laughing about that at like 3 a.m. I'm gonna, you know how like with Sunny, that's gonna pop into my head at 3 a.m. I pictured Sunny, our dog, going down the slide, and I couldn't stop laughing. That's what that's gonna be. But they gifted me these beautiful skeins. And again, Madeline Tosh, I love the people behind the name. I love what they do, their community outreach. I love that they work with my friend GGMadeIt, Gaye Glasspie of GGMadeIt.
Round of applause.
I love that they work with her and they pay her her worth. So I will always stand Madeline Tosh and support them in any way I can. So shout out to Mad Tosh for giving me these beautiful 4 skeins of their Woolen Folk colorway. I'm going to treasure them. What do they call that? What is it with the sounds, the elemental P? What you call it? Like when you eat a pickle in the microphone?
Oh, I forget what that thing.
ADP?
Something. What's that thing when people be eating and drinking?
AARP?
And...
Oh, stop doing that. That's disgusting. AAR. What do you call it?
I don't know.
BDSM?
No, that's something totally different.
There you go. ASMR.
Wait, did you really just say BDSM? What's wrong with you?
We should have a channel where I just sniff yarn. Right? Love you, Madeline, Tosh, Libby, Laura, the whole gang.
Big shout out to Laura. I like Laura.
I love Laura. We curse at each other. Makes me feel good on the inside when we do that.
Oh, Rhinebeck?
Where's my book?
Woolen book.
Oh. Right behind you.
This was a special moment too.
This was I cried.
She did cry. I think I got it on camera.
Did you?
I think so.
I cried.
No, I didn't.
So, we've made and talked about easy beanies. And as of late, we talked about Hey Boo beanies, right? And I've actually had this book. I pre-ordered this book before it was released. And I think, yes, I have one for a giveaway that I have to do. But I had pre-ordered this book because, again, talking about last year, coming into this year, it was a hard time for me. And I wanted to pull people into my creative space that made me feel good, that brought positive energy, positive light, that sparked creative joy for me, which definitely helped bring my crafting mojo back. And Brandi.
Love Brandi. Hold on. Round of applause, Brandi.
Yes. Brandi, Knitting for Radical Self-Care. Brandi Cheyenne Harper does that for me. Just, first of all, shout out BK, Brooklyn Vibes. Right? Brooklyn Vibes.
Hey, Belinda.
But watching Brandi, how she shows up, she shows up, she's like such a positive light.
Such a warm spirit.
Her aura, like but still knows how to set boundaries.
Right.
And kind of shows you how to, it's okay to show up in this crafting space. It's okay, right? Because we sell, right? A lot of us are artists and, you need social media platforms, but also how to step away from it.
Yeah.
And be present, right? In life, with those around you, how to appreciate like friendships. Just so many different lessons she teaches that I don't even think she realizes that she teaches. But this book is one. How you might buy books and you put them in a bin or you put them on a bookshelf, and this one always stays. I keep this book, and she sent me some little tokens of appreciation when the Easy Beanie came out, like an incense holder and some beautiful like handmade pieces, and I keep those in my craft space where I can see them.
Yeah.
As a constant reminder to slow down, right? To be present, to step away, to breathe. And I am so proud to call her a friend. And she was at Woollen Folk. She was talking to a group of people, just being herself, meeting and greeting. And we rolled up on her and we were standing behind her, letting her do her thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got her attention and she turned around and she yelled and we yelled. And people walking past yelled because we were just all yelling.
Mm-hmm.
And then she started crying.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started crying because she
Mm-hmm.
grabbed my hands and she stared into my soul.
She really did.
I mean, literally stared
Yeah.
into, look, I'm getting choked up talking about it.
Yeah.
But like told me how much I meant to her when I never even looked at it. It was always like what she did for me. And we were a hot ass mess. Do you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
We were all crying.
Mm-hmm.
But I remembered to bring my book so that she could sign it for me. And um, she signed it. She said, "You fill me up to the brim. Love, Brandi." And this was one of the highlights. Like everybody is a highlight, right? Everybody, it's a pleasure to get to hug and squeeze and see everybody. But just on a more personal, like on a deeper
Yeah.
level, in terms of like, my mental well-being and my spiritual and just feeling whole, this hit different for
Yeah.
me. So shout out to Brandi. If you have not gotten your your easy beanie pattern or your Hey
Hey,
Boo
boo.
pattern or
Mm-hmm.
any of her other wonderful patterns,
Y'all need to go ahead and
if you
do that.
haven't pre-ordered this book, I need you to get with it. Support the people who make this community a wonderful, joyous place to be.
And if you're not following on Instagram, please follow
Yes.
on Instagram. She actually just announced that she is going to be making writing another book.
Mm-hmm.
And like she goes into the story behind it, and it's almost as if it was meant to happen,
Mm-hmm.
the way that it occurred. And she breaks down the sequence of events, and who she ran into, who she met, and all the other fun stuff. And it's just beautiful, and I can't wait to see her continue to shine and blow up. She deserves it. She really does. She deserves it. She deserves
Absolutely.
all of the great energy that the world, that the universe has in store for her. So big shout out to
Love
Brandi.
Brandi.
An amazing hugger as well.
Shout out to everybody saying that Jimmy gives the best hugs.
Thank you.
That has been like a thing I've been seeing consistently since we've been home. Like this man's hugs.
It was a very humbling experience.
There's something behind you over there that's also Woollen Folk.
Oh, this is Woollen Folk.
Who are we having a conversation with? And I was trying to focus on the conversation with the person that was standing in front of me, but I kept seeing this out the corner of my eye.
I forget who we was talking to.
I was trying to have a conversation. And you know how something just keeps, like, whether it be like somebody walking by or something that just keeps. I felt bad, but I stopped and I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm trying to have a conversation with you, but that keeps. So, once I acknowledged that, it was easier to be present in the conversation I was having. And we had the conversation. And after we were done, I went over to the Three Irish Girls yarn booth. Hey, you want to hold that?
Yes. Let me go.
Look at that.
That's a sweet spot right there.
It kept catching my eye. I kept trying to have this conversation, and it was this bright green and the orange on the top and the bottom that kept
It's not
catching.
coming through very good, but
That's
that is
fine.
orange.
But it's a like a fluorescent orange almost. But it kept catching my eye. So I went over there. And this is the Make Your Own Luck kit. Make Your Own Luck kit. 85% merino, 50% nylon. Main color is 430 yards. and the mini skeins are 86 yards each. And I grabbed it. I don't regret it. Had some wonderful conversation in the booth.
Mhm.
So, oh, look at this is probably why. Look at the name of that colorway. Look at that. What is that?
Rainbow Bright.
Rainbow Bright. It's probably why I was drawn to it. We all know that I live in a time machine. Rainbow Bright, Punky Brewster, Gem and the Holograms, G.I. Joe, Thundercats. I could keep going. But Rainbow Bright, did I ever tell you the time I got in trouble because of Rainbow Bright?
No.
We were living in Oklahoma, and my grandmother, my mom's mom, came to visit, and we went to the PX on base, and they had a limited edition see-through, like a clear, Rainbow Bright's horse?
Yes.
They had a clear one that smelled like chocolate. And the week before, I had asked my mom for it, and she was like, no, do not ask me. You have more than enough toys. You don't need anything else. Maybe you'll get it for Christmas. And I was so upset. And we went in there a couple of times after that. And she, when you get ready to go in, and she's like, when we go in this store, don't you ask me for a goddamn thing. I'm not getting you that chocolate horse. So my grandma came, and we happened to go in there to get a few things. And I might or might not, maybe I mentioned it in front of my grandma intentionally because I know grandma gets me everything. And maybe, whatever. But my grandma bought it for me. And I was so happy. But I did not make eye contact with my mother because I knew what it was. And I took my chocolate horse home. You couldn't tell me shit.
Right.
And Matilda's like, that might be a collector's item one day. Don't open it. And I'm like, oh shit. This is going to be a collector's item one day. I'm not going to open it. And when my grandmother left,
she took it back to the store. Yo, Matilda good for that, because she made me take back my Clorox wipes and everything. Oh, we have another intervention that we'll talk about another time, but
you remember when Mr. threw Nettie out?
Yeah.
And he was dragging her by, like she was holding on.
Yeah.
And no, that's how she was dragging me by the leg. Like I was holding on to her leg. No, like not my, and she returned it. If y'all are ever on eBay and see
your voice cracking. Your voice cracking.
I should call her. Like, that's why I'm in therapy now. If y'all ever see a chocolate scented Rainbow Bright horse, just grab it and I'll reimburse you. Like, hey, I found it. Here you go. That shit hurt almost as much as the hamsters. But that's a story for another day. But yes, yarn it's not just yarn. It invokes feeling, emotion, moments, history, right?
Yeah.
So you should text Amari and tell him to take Sunny outside. But yes, so the Rainbow Bright kit, make your own luck kit from 3 Irish girls yarn. I grabbed that, no regrets, and my mama can't take it away from me because I'm grown and I bought it with my own money. Right? All right. And one last thing that I got, the little kit thingy I told you about. It was 2 skeins together. What did I do with it? Did I leave it over here? Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
There was a podcast meetup at Wool and Folk.
Big shout out to Jody and Tracy. I don't think so. So those of y'all that have been following us for quite some time, um, know that I have
Gigi's leaving because you didn't shout her out.
what?
Because she was on the podcast stage too.
Oh no, what? I see. She ain't even let me get there,
Go
right?
ahead.
Because it was so the podcast patio featured Gaye Glasspie and the Grocery Girls, right? But this leads into a couple of other things, but um those of you that have been following us for a while know that I have a thing for Jody. And if you've watched our posts, well, the old Bianco posts and stories and stuff, you caught we're not gonna that's why
I am. I'm going to talk about it. Go ahead, finish.
you would have witnessed or bore witness to the very first time that I was able to hug on and kiss those grocery girls, right?
People are probably like, you let your husband. It's not like that, y'all. Calm down, relax.
Because like it was the same thing when I first met Gaye Glasspie too. Like I finally, after like exchanging, talking and building and like all of that love that we had, all
There are
offline.
personal relationships that we have developed with people
Right.
in this community that run deep.
Very deep.
And when I say run deep, I mean like, when I can't get out of my bed because I'm depressed thinking about my mom, or something horrible has happened to me, and packages show up with handmade socks and treats and notes with love and electronics, meat cutters and ice cream makers and toasters, and we all like laugh at like those videos with the pieces of equipment and stuff, but when you can't be in front of each other and give hugs and help people through things and wish people a happy birthday, when there's that distance, you find other ways to show it,
Right.
right? And that's kind of our love language.
Yeah.
And Gigi, the grocery girls, Kim Dijon,
Mhm.
there are certain people that we have had and share real relationships outside of what y'all see
Mhm.
on Instagram. And Gigi, Jody, Tracy, Kirsten, Carol,
Yeah.
the Magpies, right? All of these, and they just so happen to be ladies,
Yes.
right? But if you want to talk about men, right?
Benjamin. It's my guy.
Vincent,
Vincent.
Vesuvio's
Oh my
Crash,
God.
right? So
Vincent,
like
yeah.
all of these people we have developed like these relationships with, and they have always checked in on us,
Mhm.
made sure we were okay, and been like a beacon of light and hope when we have gone through trying times, whether it be personal stuff that has happened, whether it be a Lola Bianco controversy because I dared to open my mouth and talk about some really like foul shit that was happening.
Right.
They have always supported and stood behind us.
Mhm.
So I've been able to, now granted, this was the first time I had seen Jody and Tracy in person, but we FaceTime, just like with Gigi, we FaceTime, we have phone conversations. But this was the first time Jimmy has been able to see some of the people who have shown him love, who have listened to him talk about struggles with depression, talking about, the relationship or lack thereof with like his dad. You understand what I'm saying? Like these are people who have been there, been there.
Yeah.
So to be able to see them for the first time, and for me to be able to bear witness to it, it was a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And so many people were like, oh, I could never let somebody hug my husband. And one, that's your marriage. That's your relationship. I'm sorry, that if y'all's trust
Insecurity or
level
whatever.
or
Yeah.
insecurity or
Yeah.
whatever it is, I'm sorry y'all don't go hard like me and my husband do, right? But I think it is very important that he fosters and has his own relationships with different people, whether they be male, female, non-binary, whatever, right? These are relationships that he should be able to foster and to be able to finally, you know, hug and thank you.
Right.
Like those hugs and all that love, that was like, thank you. I'm so happy to finally be in front of you. I love you. Just all of that. It was like beautiful, beautiful. Oh my God. We all cried. We
And,
all
and it's
did.
not, when people talk about, I love you, it, a lot of that love is like, just being nice, right?
Yeah,
And being,
being kind.
superficial and things. No, this is love, like, that I have for Gaye Glasspie, that I have for Jody and Tracy. Like, this is love. Like, and it came out in that moment when I rolled up on Jody. And like, it was great. It was beautiful. I will always remember that moment. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like Gigi said, I mean, that's my people, right? Gigi's my people.
It's family.
That's family.
Mm-hmm.
Jody and Tracy, that they're family. The Magpies, they family. The Spinsters,
Spin Spikel.
Spin Spikel, like
Family.
family. You know what I'm saying? Like
Cece's
CC
wool.
Wool,
Family.
family.
Yeah.
Kim,
Family.
family. Like, and I'm sorry if we,
Kim bakes homemade snacks for my dog.
like, is real. The connections are deep. Is all genuine. It's all real. It's all love.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah,
Yep.
just wanted to just really put the cap on, what that moment was like. So if you go back and rewatch the video, just, and if you haven't seen, like, I rewatched it, and it's like, oh, I could really see the genuine love in that.
Tracy started bawling
Yeah,
immediately.
immediately. Yeah.
Immediately, as soon as she turned around, her eyes just like welled up.
And this, and what's crazy about, crazy. What's wild about it is, like, even throughout the next 2 days, every time me and Jody saw each other, it was just an embrace.
Because it's been years.
Like, man.
Years of going through trauma,
Mm-hmm.
right? Collective trauma. We've all been going through it, with the pandemic and all of the different types of injustice. Like we've been traumatized.
Yeah.
And not being able to be near or travel to or hang out with your love, it's traumatic. We have all been through something traumatic. So to be able to finally put your hands, on those that some of us did not. I was just looking at my stories the other day, and I'm gonna try not to cry, and then I'm gonna move on. But this time 4 years ago, I was advertising a home for the holidays advent calendar. It was me, it was Kim of Kim Dyes Yarn, and it was Tara from Brew City Yarns. The three of us were advertising. We worked together and we put together this beautiful calendar that people loved. And COVID came and Tara passed from COVID, a COVID related issue. Just 4 years ago, we were collaborating, right? So some of us are not here.
Right.
So to be able to stand in front of somebody when there was so much uncertainty and we didn't know who would be here or who would be left.
Right.
That shit hits different.
Yeah.
It hits different. So I think that's another reason why Rhinebeck and Woolen Folk was so intense. And just there was just so much like love and tears and emotion. It was emotionally charged.
Yeah.
So all that to say, there was a podcast sponsored by the wonderful folks over at Modern Daily Knitting, who I got to see and snap a quick picture with at Rhinebeck. But there was a podcast patio. I had planned to sit in the audience and watch. I brought some yarn. Jody was like, "You want to bring some yarn? We can toss to the people like they do at games and stuff like that." No problem. Brought some yarn for that. And then Jody was like, "No, you sit next to me." Like, fine. Oh, Canadians, they're so nice. Oh, our friends to the north.
Jody is
not all Canadians.
She's very aggressive.
Very aggressive. Jody tells you to do something, you just do the shit.
That's it.
But I got to partake in that, and my brother and Jimmy were kind of on the sidelines, and it was me and Gigi, Jody, and Tracy, and we got to kind of ask each other questions and talk, and
it was awesome.
It really was. I enjoyed it.
Is there a replay of that, or
I don't know? I'm gonna ask, maybe, because I know people were it was being recorded,
right? Yeah.
But yes, t-shirt cannon, but yarn. Thank you, Belinda. To be able to sit there amongst my friends and talk about, our experiences and answer fun questions and toss yarn out to people. Who doesn't love a free skein of yarn?
And not to go back, but they even talked about that friendship that all four of them share.
Yep.
And how everybody got through the last couple of years because of each other, right? Watching the Grocery Girls do their thing, watching the Gigi Bean show, you know what I'm saying? Like, and hearing people throughout the weekend kind of like mention those things. Y'all helped me through so much.
There was so much of that.
Oh my God. Like that was a very humbling thing. And it felt like she said in the very beginning, filled us up. And yeah.
And
we'll push it forward.
Jody's part of Frankie Gray Fibers. And she brought yarn kits we're
supposed to get copies.
To toss out into the crowd as well. And I saw what she had, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you don't have a, I shouldn't ask for one because it's for the people. I'll get one later, maybe, if you diet again. And then I was like, whatever, give me my sock set, please. Appreciate it. So I got my, look at that green. Ooh, buddy. So I got my Frankie Gray fiber sock set, and I love it because it's G4 is the name of it. G4, the Grocery Girls, Gigi made it. GG, 4 G's, G4. Maybe we'll put out another color. We'll do something for a charity, and we'll call it G4LB. I don't know, something, because I wasn't supposed to be there. I just wanted to sit on the side and watch with everybody else, but I was happy to, put in my 2 cents and participate in the conversation. So shout out to Gigi and the Grocery Girls and Modern Daily Knitting for sponsoring the podcast Patio. There were other wonderful, I think, was Needles at the Ready podcast. I think they were there. Denise of Earth Tone Girl. There were just so many wonderful things happening. Around the podcast patio. But the most important thing that happened at the podcast patio was the official measuring.
All she could do is sigh.
The official measuring of Gaye Glasspie and Adella Colvin. The official, to end all of the speculation, all of the jokes, all of the tension. And after we were measured, it was proven that I am.
It's confirmed.
It was confirmed. That I am taller than Gaye Glasspie.
And it's like, so they took their shoes off. We ensured it was a level setting, and like as soon as they went back to back, you could see Jody step back and was like,
oh, because it's everybody's. I don't know why Gigi didn't see it. Everybody saw it. Everybody has seen it. Gigi refused to, and I still haven't gotten a public I want the apology. What is it? The apology should be as loud as the offense.
Yeah.
I want a public apology She's still being nasty to me in DMs. She's refusing to like acknowledge it. She's snipping at people in comments because they acknowledge it. I want a public apology.
Might have to do a special GG Beam show
just for that.
Just for that.
Just for that. Belinda, you weren't there. Nobody asked for any opinions from anyone in Australia. When we need Australian opinions, we will ask for them. Okay? All right. But no, that was fun.
No, it was fun.
It was definitely fun. And, you know, if it made people feel good and you got a little laugh out of, you know, our little pretend friendly bickerings and stuff like that, that was fun. But you know, I love Gigi to the moon and back, and that distance to the moon and back, that's probably the same distance as I am taller than she is. So yeah.
And I need to set the record straight before we pivot to Rhinebeck, and I gotta go pick up Bean here in a minute. But I posted this in my story. When I went to Birdie Parker's, shout out to Birdie Parker, by the way. When I went to their booth, I was gifted a flask with peanut butter whiskey in it, right? And I had mentioned that I got this from Birdie Parker, but it was actually from Shiny Wear Co. Shiny Wear Co. designed and made these wonderful flasks. And if you watch the replay, she makes fun of me because it's like, what are you doing? It's so early to be drinking. Do I need to know something is going on? Because she made me one before. So I have 2 Shiny Wear Co. flasks. One that was personally made with the Jimmy the Model logo, and then the Rhinebeck special one.
Yes.
Right.
And I just had a thought. Go ahead.
And then like I said, I love Susan. That's Susan, right? Shiny Wear Co. So big shout out to her. I just wanted to make sure that I publicly mention the correct individual that was responsible for all of these wonderful personalized gifts.
Whoop, whoop. I just had an idea. So since we were just kind of trying to like work out the kinks, and it was such a long weekend and there's so much to talk about, you have to go get Lola. This can be part 1.
This can be part 1.
And maybe we can talk about the actual day of Rhinebeck in part
2. Yes.
This evening.
We probably can.
And those who are at work who couldn't view this live
they have an opportunity. The other one. She's smart. See, that's why you the founder and CEO of Lola Bianco.
So that's what we're gonna do.
That's what we're gonna do.
Because we got to talk about these shirts.
We have to talk about these shirts.
And
because there was so many other things that happened to Rhinebeck
that we have to talk about.
We have to get into it. And that is deserving of his own 2 hours.
Absolutely.
So
we're gonna go pick up our baby.
Let's pick up the girl.
From her sock hop.
Because she has karate tonight as well.
Yeah, so after that.
We'll
figure it out. Yeah. We'll post on the grid and let y'all know.
Yeah.
So we will see whoever decides to come back. We will see you later. And talk about, you know, the rest and the fundraising over 10K, y'all. We're gonna get into all of that stuff later this evening. So with that, until next time.
And there might be more sound effects because I'm gonna load it up. Figure this out. We're gonna load up some more sound effects. So thank you all for joining us on our episode 0. So this is episode 0, and then later it'll be episode 0.5.
Yes.
Because it's a 2-parter. And then after that, we'll try to figure out a regular schedule for these.
And my coffee turns into liquor in the evening.
Oh yes. Ooh.
So make sure you put your kids to bed.
Yeah, put your kids to bed. Yeah, because we might get a little
spicy, but good fun.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
This was the Woolen Folk.
This was the Woolen Folk. So I need to edit the doggone title.
Yeah, we'll take care of that. Yeah. The Woolen Folk recap, and we'll talk about Rhinebeck later this evening. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. I was nervous. I said, but then Gigi showed up. I said, it said one person entered the chat.
And she was like,
and I said, it's probably Gigi. And then she popped up, I'm here. And it could have been just Gigi, and we would have did this anyway.
For real.
Because, Gigi, that's all you need,
That's
right?
it, really.
But I was a little worried. I'm like, what if people are like, we're not coming to watch that?
Y'all came
but
out.
y'all showed up. So
Appreciate
we
you.
appreciate it. And we're growing, and we'll work on this, and it'll get better. But for episode 0, this wasn't too shabby, right?
Not too bad.
Round of applause for us. All right. We'll talk to y'all later.